أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Our dear valued guests, the people who are watching us from the Arab immigrants, you are most welcome. We have a guest, Mr. Awan. Mr. Awan was a bus driver. So we welcome Mr. Awan. Ahlan wa sahlan.
Assalamu alaikum
wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Awan, introduce yourself to our audience.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abed Awan. I was born and raised in Pakistan. I left Pakistan in 1974. I came to Austria in Vienna. I learned German there for a while. Then after 2 years, I had a chance to come to Canada. So I came to Canada in 1976 to this cold city of ours, Winnipeg. And ever since I am in Winnipeg.
Manitoba.
In
Yes.
Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Right. So you came young.
That's correct.
And did you have a profession? Have you been working something before you come?
I was in those days, radios and the TVs. So I was radio TV mechanic, or I could fix the color TVs or the radios.
It's in the 70s, the color TV.
Yeah. So at that time there was no computer. It was, but not in a public. No.
Computer came in the 80s as
Yeah.
a public. Yes, because I bought one PC for myself.
Yeah.
And that was in 87, I think.
87. Yeah.
Yes, as a PC.
Yeah.
But it was in labs, in factories maybe.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yes. So you are from the old era of television and radio. My uncle's age and my father's age. I like it because I am a radio and TV engineer.
Oh.
It is my
subhanallah.
job, my profession.
Yeah.
The last thing I was doing is a satellite engineer.
Oh,
Yes,
mashallah.
I worked on the
tabarakallah.
satellite teleport.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they came, the satellites, they came. I had a chance to work with, to assemble those satellite receivers and stuff.
Set-top boxes.
Yeah. They were going to do it up north and various part of Canada, and I didn't took that job. It was too far.
Did you install the big dish antennas?
No, I didn't. I didn't get my job in my own field ever since I came to.
I did the big dish antennas alone.
Oh,
I used to do
subhanallah.
it. I did invent for myself a technique to how to install it alone without a helper.
Okay.
Imagine this 3.6 meter dish, and it's
Yeah.
how many reps it is.
Yeah.
And I was doing it, assembling it, and turning it, flipping it, turning
Yeah.
it, flipping it, until it becomes a complete circle
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah.
Then I install it. So, Mr. Ahmed Awan, you came to Manitoba, and you tried to find a job.
That's correct.
So-
I tried to find a job in radio electronics field as a mechanic. I couldn't find anything because I didn't have the Canadian experience.
Yes.
Anywhere you go,
Canadian experience.
Canadian experience. So
Where we buy it.
yeah. So I couldn't buy it under the table or anything. So I was telling the truth, and I couldn't get a job.
Yes.
So
So-
then I started working in some manufacturing companies. It was totally different jobs I did, odd jobs. And one day I was driving a car coming home very upset. And one bus passed by me. I was holding this finger in my mouth and thinking what to do. So the bus went by, so I decided to apply for that one to become a bus driver. So it just came in my mind when the bus passed by, and I went to City Hall, apply for Winnipeg Transit. It's a long story, but short story is
Do they training for you? You've never been a bus driver.
I never been a bus driver. I had a small Volkswagen, 1969 Volkswagen.
I like it
That's
because
the
my
Beetle.
father owned one, the Beetle 65.
Yeah. Oh.
We had one in 1965.
Yeah, so I had a 1969 Volkswagen Beetle. So I was just holding my finger and the bus passed by, and I went to City Hall and applied for it. They called me for interview. So it's a long process. And then after the interview, the gentleman, he was very helpful. He did the interview. He says, now you can go to DAT test. That's a whole day test from morning 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the evening.
For the bus.
For the bus. But he says that make sure wear the tie. So, alhamdulillah, I went for that one. It was a whole day test. It was some written test, some oral test, and also there was a bus driving test. You have to drive a big bus, which I never driven anything bigger. I had a small car, but alhamdulillah, I passed that one.
I have seen a short bus and a long bus.
That's correct, yeah.
Are they driven with the same driving license or
The same driver license?
Since it's a bus.
Yeah. All you have to, in a bus driving, the technique to the bigger vehicle when you're driving, keep eye on your side mirrors. Both.
Yes.
And watch the rear tires, where they're going. When you're making a turn, you have to be away from 3 feet away from the curb if you're turning left turn. If you're turning right, you have to be away about 3 feet or more.
Because when you are maneuvering,
making and keep eye on your side mirror where your rear tires are going.
Yeah.
And they train you too. Like there's about 3 months training.
I have knew from a semi driver that there are two types. One is the government run institutes, and there is the private one. So the bus license also, there are training as government or institute and private institute.
Yeah.
Because I have seen semis outside on Pimpina.
Yeah.
So maybe the buses are the same.
The buses, they have their own classes. It's a written test and then the practice on the road.
I mean,
there's an instructor. They teach you.
Is there a private bus driving school?
Not that I know of. Maybe there is.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I didn't go to anyone because I went to City of Winnipeg. So they have very trained, very experienced, professional, very helpful. Those instructors are.
When I go to drop my grandson to school sometimes, I notice that the bus is standing at the school.
That's correct.
And there is the red sign comes out.
That's correct, yeah.
So the cars shouldn't bypass him.
Yeah.
And on the back there is a red sign also that it's flashing.
It's flashing, yeah.
Yes. And I notice sometimes when there is a needy disabled child, there is a special elevator for him.
That's correct, yeah.
Yes, I noticed that.
Yeah.
And the bus driver is trained?
Yeah, they have a different training. For school bus driving, that's a totally different training than the city transit.
So the transit is different than the school bus?
School bus. They can still drive that bus, but still you have to go through the training. Extra training.
Yes.
The school buses are different. Their safety matters are different.
Yeah.
Mostly the training and the public service thing, they put the safety first.
Yes.
Always they remind us the safety first. You have to be safe with the passengers inside the bus. Collisions or stopping or any kind of injuries or something to prevent those ones. And the outside, when you're driving, the others, they have to be safe as well.
Yes.
So
people on the road and
on
cars
the
on
road, and in school buses, they more emphasize on the crossing the railroad crossings.
Yeah. They have to stop,
Stop,
even if there is no train.
even there is no train, you must stop there.
Yes, and make the sign.
Yeah, no, you don't put the sign out.
You don't put
You
it.
don't put the
But you
stop
stop
sign.
and
You
make the
stop
flashes.
and you open the door to hear. Sometimes you cannot see it, and you can hear it.
Hear it, the train.
The
coming.
train is coming. The sound of the train.
And that's why I see that the bus stops. They open the door, then they close the door, then they move.
Yeah, and then you open the window also, and turn off. There is a switch. You turn off the fans, everything. It's peace and quiet. So even we tell the students they should stay quiet, that we can hear the train is coming. If it is safe to do so, then you proceed.
Yes.
If it is not, then just wait.
I noticed a bus every day in the morning when I'm going to work,
Yeah.
stopping on Pimpina in front of a building where there's maybe 15, 17 students are standing by beside, waiting for him. And when he comes, he stops,
Yeah.
he put the
Stop
stop
sign,
sign
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and then the flashing lights,
Yeah.
and all the cars are queuing behind him
Yeah.
until those students are in the bus,
That's
safe and seated.
Yeah. We make sure, then we look around, not only the people, the students there at the bus stop, no, where their loading zone, when they boarded, then you make sure right, left, front, the back. We got so many mirrors.
Yes, I
So,
see many mirrors.
Many mirrors. So those are for the reason, to make sure that the safety is, we put the safety first.
Yes.
So the students are safe, they all boarded, and then when it is safe to proceed, we'll close the doors, then we'll make sure again with the mirrors. Left, right.
Before moving.
Before moving.
Yes.
And then we start moving.
I was filming yesterday one of those buses, and I mean at the school,
Yeah.
I noticed it stopped, and that flashing sign is there on the back.
That's correct, yeah.
Then I looked at the side. I've seen the signal when it is
Yeah.
turned,
Yeah.
and then he stopped the flashing and started moving.
Yeah.
It took about 2 minutes, this last thing, I mean,
Yeah.
to make sure that the safety is achieved, and
Yeah.
there is nothing around
Yeah.
the bus that may be endangered.
Yeah, so when we have set up those mirrors such a way, we can see at the front, under the hood, under the engine, we can see it. Even
So
somebody
when you are
drop
it's a high thing, but
High.
you can see in the front.
we can see everything. Like there are mirrors. You can even you drop a quarter, a little coin, you can see it. If any kids, suppose if it is running,
Yes,
and the kids they're small, if they
Yes.
drop something, and they're picking it up and they're not
you
in
will
the
not
bus,
see him.
you not see him.
Yes,
But you make sure that everything is safe, and then proceed. On the sides, sometime the kids they're leaving when we're dropping them off at their stop, and we make sure they're away from the bus, and then we move.
yes,
Because sometimes their dog is coming from home,
yes,
and their dog had just jump on them,
yes,
and the kid dropped, and they go under.
yes.
So there are many safety ways. So the driver have to be alert, and that's what we are. So right now, this is my first year of retirement. So I'm not.
Oh no, retired.
So I'm not driving. So
You are not in the field anymore now.
I'm not in the field, but I remember everything.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, I had so many years since 1981 up till last year. I was a bus driver, so alhamdulillah. I was city transit driver and also a school bus driver.
MashaAllah.
And also I work with the Canadian Blood Services as well.
MashaAllah. I would like to thank Mr. Abed Awan for being with
Jazakallah
us
khair.
here today and telling us about his journey as a bus driver. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
you're very welcome. Jazakallah khair. Thanks for having me, inshallah.
Thank you.
We'll meet again, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.